hurricane winds quickly blew into town, blowing everything in its pathway to the ground. The damage was bad, people were sad all around. But there's one thing I know about this town. Oh, we're 850 strong, and it won't take very long before the love in this town can turn it around, just to know. 'Cause we're 850 strong. The sound of chainsaws echoing through fallen pine trees, the sight of blue tarps on broken rooftops sends a chill through me. But I know it's only a matter of time before we turn it around and pick this town up. We're gonna be just fine, because we're 850 strong, and it won't take very long before the love in this town can turn it around, just to know. 'Cause we're 850.
It's been about 48 hours since landfall. Hurricane Michael, almost a Category 5, basically a Category 5 storm. We've been working for about maybe 3 or 4 hours trying to clear stuff. Before you could barely even see the house, so now you can at least see the house in the video, which is good. We still got this tree kind of blocking our driveway, but it's getting better. So we were able to clear a corner of the yard, which is good. We got this corner cleared, so it looks pretty good. We still got a lot of trees though. Obviously we still have the one on the house still. So we kind of got a long way to go. Here is the pile though that we have so far. So day 1 of cleanup, 48 hours after landfall. This is our big pile we got going. So it's pretty big. We've actually had bigger, if you can believe it, when we used to rake the yard with pine straw. So this is actually a lot smaller, but of course it's only gonna get bigger from here. So yeah, but we're doing pretty good, working hard. It's gonna take a while, but we're just kind of taking it one day at a time. Hopefully it will look better eventually. So, all right, well, I guess that's it. So I will also do an update. Hopefully gonna try to do one every day to kind of document the progress, kind of see how long it takes for us to kind of get our house back to normal. So yeah, thankfully we're safe though. We survived. My family and friends are okay, so that's good. So it's just gonna be a long road ahead. It's day 2 of cleanup. It's been 3 days since Michael made landfall. As you see, we've got us another little pile here. We finally were able to get that tree out of the driveway thanks to some nice neighbors of ours. So that was really nice. Today we mainly focused on the driveway, so getting the driveway clear so we can kind of get in and out. We now have a better access to the house, which is really great. So we can now get through the garage. There's multiple ways to get into the house now, which is nice. Our driveway's still a little bit messed up, but overall it's getting better. You see this is still cleared from the other day. Our pile looks a little bit bigger, so we can only make it so big, but it is getting bigger, so that's good. We've been working hard, sweating all day, still without power, no power. Finally got cell service not too long ago, so that was like the most exciting thing to happen today. But yeah, we've just been working on the house, getting things done. Thankfully Logan was able to help us today, so that was really nice having him. It's been really nice having all of us here. My mom's still back home, but she's safe, and I've finally been able to get in touch with people, which is nice, so I can tell them we're good. We still got a lot of work to do, but it's getting there. Thankfully, also, I have a very loving boyfriend who's been helping out. He brought a big chainsaw, so that's been really helpful. Yeah, we still got some work to do in the garage, but it's getting better. My dad was working on that today. We're kind of starting to clear stuff out. But at least we can get to the garage. That's a lot nicer. And thanks to my grandma, we have a generator. So you can probably hear the noise in the background. But at least we're able to have some power. We're able to turn on the freezer and the fridge. Yeah, this is the ceiling in the garage. So there was a tree sticking out. You can see the hole right there. That was a tree. That's our attic. But it's coming along. We're hoping to put some tarp on it, not too, hopefully in a few days. We'll get a tarp because we hear it's supposed to rain, so that's not gonna be good. I don't think I showed you guys the backyard yesterday. So there's the generator. This is the backyard. Pretty covered. You can kind of get your way around to the back, but it's very, very hard. But overall, our house fared pretty well. I'm actually surprised. So yeah, we're just working hard. Been working all day. We had a longer day today. So yesterday was a little bit shorter, but today we got started at like 8:30, 9 a.m. maybe, and been out here for a while. So yeah, guys, it's coming along. Day 2. It's been 3 days since landfall, but we're working on it. It's been 4 days since landfall, since Hurricane Michael. It's a Category 4, unofficially a Category 5, made landfall. Day 3 of cleanup. So we were finally able to get the cars in the driveway, so that's nice. After our neighbors cut down these trees for us, so that's really nice. We didn't do as much outside yard. We did some. We cleaned out the garage. There's some stuff you can see from the garage how we are cleaning out. My dad kind of took advantage of the cleanup and decided to go ahead and clean stuff out. So the pile has gone bigger. You might notice it is bigger. So this morning our neighbors got their trees removed. So that was really cool because it kind of helped us out because our trees kind of fell in their yard, their trees fell in our yard. So it kind of ended up working out for us. So all the trees are cleared now on their side. So they kind of added to the pile. We tried to keep the pile on the street or away from the street. They didn't really do that, but that's okay. So the pile's bigger now. We kind of worked on the front a little bit. You can tell it's a little bit cleared out before. We cut back some of the stuff on the roof. So the roof isn't as compromised, hopefully, as it was before. So yeah, so today's Sunday. This morning it was really nice. We all went to church, got to worship together, see some friends and family who we hadn't really seen since before the hurricane. So that was really nice to praise the Lord and thank him for everything he's done for us and to see people. Our church is actually the site of the Jinx Avenue. Our church is Jinx Avenue Church of Christ, and it's the site of the, there's Alexander, he's so cute. So it's the site of the Churches of Christ disaster relief team. So they're basically held up in our church, and they're passing out food, water, tools that people need, and are gonna help people get back on their feet, which is really nice because they actually even gave us some stuff. So that's really nice of them. Last night we had a fire. We had s'mores, which was fun. So it kind of felt like we were camping a little bit. So this is cleared out a little bit better than before. You can kind of see it's easier to get to the house. The roof isn't as bad as it was before. We kind of lifted some of the weight. Some of that though we can't really get. So some of this big stuff is just gonna kind of have to wait. The nice church gave us a wheelbarrow. So that was very convenient. That was a lot better hauling stuff down that way. The garage is now cleaned out. We cleaned this up, so go America. It looks a lot cleaner than it did before. We were able to clean out our fridge and freezer. We had to get rid of some food, but most of it was salvaged thanks to the generator. So that was really nice. We still got some holes up here in the roof. My dad did tarp it, so as you can see that hole now, it's hard to tell in the video, but the hole is covered with tarp. So my dad was able to get that done, especially we hear rain is in the forecast next week. So that's kind of important that we get that done. Generator's still running, which is good. We still haven't touched the backyard though, it's kind of a monster. That's our pool right there, you can see it's kind of crushed, like really crushed. Our fence obviously is destroyed in the back as well. So this is kind of too much for us to do. We can only do so much, us alone. So that's gonna kind of have to wait. We still got some roof damage. My dad was able to tarp that, which is good, the hole in case it rains, so nothing else can get through. So yeah, we've been hard at work today. We started doing stuff on the inside as well because the inside's kind of dirty with us, empty water bottles all over the place. You can see our nice stack of water and Gatorade. We've had some really nice neighbors, church family who's been helping out. So it's slow, but it's a steady progress. So it's been good. Eventually, we're gonna have to just kind of leave it to bigger crews who have better equipment than us. So it's gonna take a while, maybe months. But we do hear that we're supposed to get power back in a week and a half, 10 days from now. So that's really exciting. Hopefully we'll get power back. We're still without power at this moment though. We do have better water pressure, which is good. So kind of have to take a bath with a bucket and we can wash our hands. You can't really brush your teeth with that water though. We still gotta use bottled water. But we're doing okay. My scenery looks a little bit different today. I'm actually in my car on my way hopefully to find some gas. I'm heading west. Right now I'm on Back Beach Road. But it is Monday, beginning of a new week. It's Monday, almost a week since landfall, not quite, about 5 days since landfall. Today I actually had to go to work, so that was kind of a nice change of pace actually, being at home, kind of get stuck in there, kind of get some cabin fever. So that was kind of nice to get out of the house. I was at work today, not the typical work day. Normally my work's pretty simple. I go in late at night. Today I was on day shift, so we're kind of rearranging some things just because of the hurricane and the way that our system's working right now. We're not completely back up on air. We're kind of having to makeshift some things, so it's a little bit different. A lot more people. We've had a lot of people come from other stations to kind of help us out, which is really nice to have the help. That way some of our reporters and producers can get some breaks, so that's really nice. It was a pretty long day though. Kind of did a modge podge of different things, trying to get content from our NBC, trying to reach out to reporters, making sure that the guys on air are okay, and kind of directing them a little bit. So I'm hoping to go find gas. Jordan thankfully was nice enough, so nice, to let me take a nice hot shower, which I actually hadn't had since last Tuesday. So it's been almost a week since I had a nice normal hot shower. So that was very nice. That was actually really great. So that's kind of the highlight of my week so far. I know it's only Monday, but that was the highlight of the week, getting to have a nice hot shower. So I'm all fresh, clean. Now I'm hopefully going to be able to find some gas. You can kind of tell, but Back Beach actually isn't that bad. Back Beach did pretty good. The west end of the beach is all fine. So there were some things that were affected by the hurricane, but not a whole lot. But the west end for the most part is pretty good. So that's why I'm hoping to be able to find gas. I'm hoping I won't have to be out too late either. We'll see. I heard traffic in Lynn Haven is a nightmare. So that will be fun when I have to head back that way. So right now I'm just kind of hoping to find gas soon. I don't really know what all they got done at the house today. I know my sisters and dad were going to be working on the inside of the house, trying to get that cleaned up. We're going to hopefully have some people from my dad's church in Miami come and help out, kind of help us get stuff all together. The church was still doing stuff again today, so that's really nice of them. You can probably tell, but traffic's pretty bad. So evacuees are coming back into town. People are trying to leave still, trying to maybe get away. Panama City Beach was fully functioning today as a city. So all the cops, most of the businesses, some of them looks like they're still closed. But as far as the city goes, it was a functional city today because the beach is doing so well. Power's back on at the beach, so that's good news for them. That's how I was able to take a shower and kind of enjoy the air conditioning at Jordan's apartment. So that was really nice. So I'm hoping I'm not gonna have to go too far. I would like though to make a call. I still don't have service, and right now I don't have service. So I'm hoping the further west I go, the closer I'll get to service. That way I can call my boyfriend and check in with him. So it's still tough out here not having power. As I told you guys already, we're not supposed to get power for another 10 days. I guess now it'd be 9 days next week in Lynn Haven. So I'm kind of hoping each day we'll get improvements. We did hear today that garbage is going to be running normal, so that's good news. We definitely have a lot of trash with debris pickup and just normal kitchen trash, water bottles, the food that we've had to kind of scrape up. So it's kind of piled up to a lot of trash. So I'm really glad that they're going to be able to start doing pickups. That will be, I think, really nice. So we're kind of getting some normalcy. It's really weird, odd situation. It's so different. None of us have ever been through this before, so it's just kind of weird. We don't know when things will kind of be up to normal. Honestly, right now it's up in the air. It could be weeks, it could be months. I mean, it could be even years. So I'm just hoping that in the next few days we'll get a little bit closer to that. So we'll see. But that's really all I have for today. So just trying to, hopefully I'll find some gas. Tomorrow I'll let you guys know how that went. We'll see. It's Tuesday, October 16th, I'm pretty sure. It's almost a week since Hurricane Michael hit, not quite. So as you can tell, the backyard pretty much looks the same. No changes there. We do have a nice little setup for laundry. We got this little, I think those are Sarah's clothes, including her underwear and bra. But we got our little laundry setup going on back here. Our little wash buckets, like the good olden days. I feel like the pioneer days. Yep, there's the water and the detergent, so that's fun. The guys yesterday, I know you couldn't see it from my video because I was driving yesterday, but the guys got up on the roof and did the tarps. So now we're hearing it's supposed to rain either Thursday or Friday, but we'll be prepared now. We got the tarps that will hopefully protect the house if there's any rain damage. I'm actually going to show you guys inside because as you can see, we have our Florida room furniture all out on the back patio because the Florida room did flood. So I don't think I've shown you guys that yet. So you might be able to tell from the video, you might not. You can't really tell from the video. But basically the Florida room bows out. So it's kind of, the wall has detached. The inside we've had to fan out because it did flood in there. You can see the concrete. I'm gonna zoom in. Look, you can see the concrete right there. Yeah, the wall's supposed to be there, not the concrete. You're not supposed to be able to see the concrete. So we've been airing that out. We're probably gonna have to get that fixed. So we kind of moved all the furniture. When the generator runs, we've been using the fans to air it out in there. So we're gonna have to fix that. So last night I gave you an update. I was able to find gas, thankfully. But today it's getting a lot better. More places are opening up with gas, more stores, more restaurants are opening, so that's good news. Again, like I've said before, it's slow but steady progress. The garage, not much has changed. There's still the holes there. Not much has changed with that though. We still have our waters, and we went today, we actually have a lot of water. Whoa. We went today to Walmart and they gave us some MREs, which are meals ready to eat. Katie was eating one of these last night. They didn't look too good. So it's gotta take it as it is. But there's all different kinds. Reduced sodium, ew. So they gave us 2 boxes of MREs, which was nice, and a case of water, a couple cases of water. So we went and got another case today, but gave them out to the neighbors for food. So if you really need food, that's kind of the way to go. But yeah, so last night I was able to get gas. So that's good. My car's full up. I was at work today working hard. It's been a busy work day. It was kind of crazy. Our systems are almost back online at work, so that's kind of nice. That we're almost back to fully being on the air. So I was doing a lot of live shots today. Thankfully, people from other stations have been helping us, so that's really nice to have them assisting us. And I will go back to night shift or morning shift, I guess, early morning shift early tomorrow morning. So I kind of got to come home early today, and I'm gonna go back in at 3 a.m. tonight. Tomorrow morning will be the official first normal morning show, hopefully, as normal as can be at least. You can see the other tarp in the front yard. This is the front that was put on. The trees are still here. Of course, they're not going anywhere. My dad did get an estimate from people though, and talked to USAA, who was able to give him some money, and they're gonna actually come remove the trees hopefully tomorrow. So by tomorrow all these might be gone, so the yard might be very, very empty soon, which is gonna actually look really, really weird because we're not really used to that. We've kind of been getting rid of more stuff. You might be able to see the basketball goal over there on our trash pile. Oh, a great thing today was the garbage pickup. Lynn Haven was running their garbage. So we did get our garbage picked up. That was really, really nice. And now the trash cans are all empty and we can put more trash in them now. So a little bit of normalcy. It's slowly, it's coming, it's coming. So I'm actually not gonna be back at the house until Friday. Jordan, a nice girl from work, is letting me stay at her apartment. since I am working night shift, there's a curfew still in place, so I can't really, I'm not able to leave my house and get to work at 3 a.m. because of the curfew. So Jordan's gonna let me stay with her. So I'm actually kind of excited because I'm gonna get some hot showers, some air, sleep with the air on, which will be really, really nice. And we're gonna be real close to work, which will help me save some gas. That's good. There's our basketball goal. It's kind of sad to see that there because it's been at our house so much, so long. We were counting these trees actually earlier when we were cleaning up debris and such. We were kind of counting, I mean, you know how you can count with like the circles in the tree. We were counting those, and these trees are a good 20 years old at least, so it's kind of sad to see them go. But pretty soon this will be empty. This might be your last look actually. If the tree guy comes tomorrow and removes all these, this will be your last look at the trees. So pretty soon this is gonna look super, super empty, and it's gonna be very, very weird for us. I still sometimes don't even recognize the town. I'll drive around and I'll almost miss a turn because it just looks so different. And of course, some of the road signs are getting better. Some of the lights, more lights are working now. So each day it's this slow built up that's happening. And eventually, I hope, we'll be back to normal. Yeah, it's been crazy experience. We still talk to people, and it's still crazy to hear how people are doing. People, I mean, losing their homes. We've done so many stories. We did a lot yesterday and a lot today. Just so many stories about people and what they've lost. A lot of people though in town have a good attitude, so that's actually really, really nice to hear. It's nice to see people, you know, looking on the bright side and finding that their life and the lives of their family and their friends are very much valued, something to be cherished. We've kind of had a reality check basically this whole week. So tomorrow will be a week since landfall. I can't believe it's been a week already. It's crazy, and let me tell you, it's not fun to sleep. I couldn't really even sleep well last night because it was so hot. I got up in the middle of the night and got poured some water on me, and that kind of helped. But it's definitely not something you expect to go through. It's something that just honestly just happened, and it's weird to scroll through Facebook and to just see the rest of the world picking up their lives. It's different. I mean, we're all like at a standstill here, and I kind of, I guess, expect it to be like that, and it's not. Other places are going on. People, my brother, boyfriend, friends, family are continuing their work and their school and their lives, and it's odd because we're stuck in this place. So, but hopefully not for too much longer. A lot of officials talking today about a lot of things happening. Roads are being cleared. Curfews are still in place, but power companies are working hard, and we're very, very thankful for all the volunteers and all the people who've come to help us. This is not something that we expected. Of course, we had warning from our great meteorologist at the station who've been telling us this was coming, but I don't think any of us really realized how much damage there would be until you kind of go through it, or how scary the situation would be until you've gone through it. And we definitely, now we know. But here's your last look probably at all the trees, because I bet by Friday these will be gone, I hope, which will be nice. Also kind of sad. We do have this one little tiny tree that's still standing. So it's kind of weird because you think this would have gotten demolished super quick, but once we cleared the debris and all the trees out of the way, this was the only one standing, and it's the only one straight. So even though these trees are still standing, we're gonna have to remove them because you can tell they're very much blown out and they're leaning, and that's unsafe. So we're gonna basically have to get rid of all of the trees in our yard. None of them are gonna be salvageable probably, so except for maybe this baby one. Maybe this baby one will still be here, which will be kind of funny. But all these trees, they're all leaning, so there's no way we can keep them. I was telling my dad, I was like, hey, maybe you should get a garden or flowers, and he was like, nope, just grass. So he hasn't been able to have grass in a long time because of all the roots. So grass hasn't been something we've seen a lot in our yard, at least not nice fresh grass. So maybe that can be something that we finally get, is some nice grass. But yeah, I think that's all for today. So hopefully next time you see me, I'll be a little bit more refreshed, showered, Get to sleep in the AC. I'm very, very excited about that. Last look at all the trees in the yard. Until next time, guys. All right, daily vlog. I got update though. Sarah. She's got, what do you call it? Conjunctivitis. She slept in her contacts. Sarah, are you ever gonna do that again?
Nope. Actually, probably, because I do that.
Do you regret it now, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It hurts.
Does it?
My eyeball hurts.
So we got an injury.
Yeah.
Eyeball down. Eyeball down.
Oh my
See if we make it alive tomorrow.
You want to look at it?
No. Yeah, give me.
Ew, it's like oozing.
It's got stuff coming out of it.
Ew.
It's crying. I'll bring you an update tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. It's been a couple days because I was not home. I was staying with Jordan, if you remember, for a couple days while I was at work. So I didn't really have a whole lot of new information to share, so I didn't see a point in doing one. But this is my first look at the house in person. My dad sent me a photo of it, and I'm just really shocked right now. It's weird to even see the house. It's weird that there are no trees at all. They're all in that ginormous pile. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of sad actually. These trees have been around for a long time. Me and Sarah, like I told you guys before, we're kind of counting them earlier, and they've been around for a long time, so this is kind of sad. There's not even any grass, so when the guys came and cleared the trees out a couple of days ago, they literally took everything. I hear that the backyard is still not fully done yet. There's just so many trees back there, so we'll have to go take a look. But you can tell they cleared the driveway, so that tree that was blocking the driveway is now gone. The one over there that was also blocking the driveway is gone. Here's the huge pile. Obviously, since the last time I saw you, I did this, the pile has gotten way bigger, and it's just full of the trees that used to be in our house. Me and my dad, he was telling us earlier that there were probably about 60 trees total in our yard, front and back, and I don't think that included the ones that got struck by lightning that we had to cut down, which were only a handful, but about 50 or 60 trees. Not all of them are in this pile. Like I said, the backyard still isn't done, but this really blows my mind. I guess you can see the neighbors still were able to save some trees. All of our trees were leaning, even the ones that didn't completely tear down, so they had to be taken away for safety reasons. So we literally have, it's not even grass, guys. It's dirt. It's chunks of wood. It looks like they got rid of the stumps, which is good, I guess. But the bushes over there used to be bushes over there. This is blowing my mind right now. This is kind of sad. Very, very sad. It looks like it's almost like in the middle of nowhere, like on a prairie or a field. It doesn't even feel like this is a neighborhood. I mean, our neighborhood's so tree heavy that it just looks so strange to me. So I'm gonna walk around, just kind of, maybe I can see the whole pile from the front porch. But this is weird. It's just dirt. It's rubble. It's not even, no trees, none whatsoever. And look at that pile. It's huge. This is just really crazy right now. I'm kind of shocked. You can see my dad and his church friends got the roof part. So like in the other videos, you can see the trees were literally on top of the roof. So thankfully they got those off, and we had to tarp the roof so no rain could get in. Those look like they're pretty tight. So if it happens to rain this weekend, I think we'll be good. But there used to be tons of bushes right here. Those were actually really annoying to have to trim, but they got really pretty. One of them was an azalea, and there were flowers, and they were really, really pretty when it bloomed. So it's kind of sad that it's not here anymore. And there's the huge pile from the front porch. It's huge. These are our trees. And this is the now yard, which is really empty right now. Work, I guess, the past few days has been pretty crazy. Still doing wall-to-wall coverage. It gave me really good experience though, but just slow improvements across the county, across the area, Panhandle. It's getting better. We finally have service now. Verizon got their act together, so We have some service. It's still kind of spotty though. And some counties are no longer under a boil water notice. They moved the curfew back, which is nice in Bay County, so that's nice. The alcohol ban was lifted, which made a lot of people happy. So that's the sprinkler head right there. Sprinkler system that got messed up when the trees fell down. Let's go to the backyard. This is just, it's just, even just walking around in this dirt, it's just so crazy right now. You can see the neighbors still have some of their trees down. And those were actually the trees that were on top of our house. So they stretched all the way, and remember we used to have to climb over and duck under, which we don't have to do anymore because they cleared those out. And then this is the backyard. The fence is no longer here. Now I can actually get through the backyard, which we couldn't before. The fence is totally gone, which we hear and we kind of saw. Most people do not have a fence. I don't even think we have a single part of it. I'm pretty sure the whole thing's gone. This used to be a tree. This is where our fence was. You can see pieces on the ground because that's the neighbor's yard. This is the neighbor's yard. So this is crazy. So they weren't even able to get everything because there's just so many trees. Just too many back here. So I'm sure they're gonna finish that up. This was the pool. We just bought a new top for it too and put it on, so that's kind of sad. Wow, it's like, it's really sad. This is crazy. It's totally destroyed. Yeah, we just literally put this plastic cover on top not too long ago. Logan, Katie, and I did. So pool's totally destroyed. Not that we swam in it a lot anyway, but we had some good memories though in it. So it's literally destroyed. All the trees, you can actually see the back now, but they're all gone. There's the neighbor's yards. You can see the neighbor's yards. You couldn't see those before. Looking from the back of the house, there's that one tree, which are those are the neighbor's trees. But you can't see any other trees sticking up. And that used to be all you could see. Here's a stump here that they left, I guess. Like I said, the backyard's not finished yet, so they're still working on it. This used to actually be used to be a little walkway, a deck that connected to the pool. So you can see that in pieces. There's the neighbor's house. Again, we weren't able to see that before. There was a fence there. The fence is totally gone. Trees. We couldn't even walk back here a couple of days ago. So all the trees back here have been cleared. And this is just blowing my mind right now. So I don't know when the guys are gonna come back. But when they do though, I'll give you guys another update. Because I'm sure the back's gonna look the same way the front does, just empty. It's not even grass, it's dirt. There's no grass, not yet. I think my dad has plans to change that, hopefully. But there's the front yard. You can see the front yard, the pile in the front. So this is just crazy, very crazy. The fence over there is down. It's a huge stump. Earlier a couple days ago when we were trying to get to the back, we had to crawl over everything. You couldn't even walk. And now it's like an open, it's just open. There's nothing here but trees and dirt and shavings. In the backyard. This is just, my dad was even saying earlier that it's just really sad because how long we've lived here for a long time. Since I was little even. We've lived in this house for a long time. We've had these trees. Like I said, we lost a few to lightning, but that was kind of it. But this is really sad. It's gonna be really weird when this is totally cleared out because it doesn't look the same. More of the pool. It's totally destroyed. I'm sure there's some dead animals in there somewhere, but it's gone. And back of the house, nothing there. It's literally an open sky. My sisters were telling me earlier, then right now it's very cloudy because I kind of felt a few raindrops, but it's very cloudy. They were telling me earlier though that during the day it's so hot because, well, not only do we not have power, so we don't have AC, but without the trees and all the shade, it's just so hot. And that kind of stinks because we live in Florida, so Florida's pretty toasty. So that's gonna be rough in the summers. I mean, I only have 9 months left here, hopefully, but this is really sad, and this is gonna be, I guess, something we'll get used to. I'm sure one day when we watch these videos back, we'll be like, wow, that's what it used to look like. But this is crazy to me. It's so crazy. It's just empty. So like I said before, I didn't do videos a couple days. So it's actually Friday right now. This is Friday, October 19th. Hurricane Michael hit on October 10th. So it's been about a week and a half, a little more than a week. And improvements in town are slow but steady, like I've said every day. It's coming around. It's gonna be a while. So many people lost their homes, buildings destroyed. We did hear though that they don't have plans to close the Air Force Base, so that's gonna be reopening. I mean, hopefully things will eventually build back up and we'll maybe not be back the way we were, but just, it's gonna be a new normal. I heard that term today from one of our reporters, and I think that's what it's gonna be like. Just a new normal. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be weird, but I think we take things for granted a lot, so this is definitely a moment to remember and cherish the things that are important in our lives. So this looks really bad for our house. I mean, it's really sad, but actually we don't have it the worst. So there's lots of people out there who completely unsalvageable homes, and we're thankful and blessed enough to have ours still standing, even if we don't have all the trees. So I think we're all just really grateful. I'm sure once my mom gets down and see it, she's gonna be shocked. She saw some pictures on Facebook and she already was like, wow, I can't believe it. But being here in person, it's so different. It's so different than looking at a picture on Facebook. And I don't think people get that. It's weird. But I don't think people quite understand what it's like until you live through it, you experience the hurricane. Hi, Katie. There's Katie. She's so happy. She's probably dirty and smelly because she hasn't showered in a while, but that's okay. There's Sarah. There's Dad. Yeah, look so happy. Yeah, we're all kind of tired, you know? This is tiring. It takes forever to take a shower, to wash your hands, to brush your teeth, to do the dishes. It takes a lot longer. I didn't realize how much water we use. But this is crazy. One last look. Here's the house. I'll show you guys an update once the backyard is completely done and or this pile is taken away. Because again, that's gonna look totally different again. Once the pile's gone, it's gonna look very different. And once all of this dirt is cleared, it's gonna look very different. So, well, I guess that's all for me. All right, so we're doing another vlog. I decided not to do one every day just because there wasn't always enough information to get out there. So it's been 3 weeks since Hurricane Michael hit. It's Wednesday, October 31st, Halloween actually as well, which is kind of hard to believe because it's hard to think about holidays when so much has been going on. But I have a lot of new information to share, so I decided to do one today. One, you can see another big, humongous pile. I think that's mostly the neighbors' stuff, as well as some from our backyard. So the debris piles have yet to be picked up. You can kind of see along different houses in the neighborhood that the debris piles have not been picked up yet. So that's something that the city's still working on, is getting all that picked up. One thing we do have now, mail. Yay, mail works. So that's exciting. Post office is running again. You can tell that the pile is way bigger than it was before. Last video, I'm pretty sure. It's a lot bigger. A lot of these added trees are from the backyard. Last time I did one, the backyard wasn't completely finished. The trees weren't completely removed yet. So now they've been working on that yesterday. We did add some more tarps. You can see some green tarps in there. We actually had a tarp guy come last week and add those because we did get a little bit of rain. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit. Enough for us to want to make sure that we were protecting the house. Here's a pile from over here. Here's this big pile. You can see the bobcat over there. The guys are gonna come today again to finish doing the backyard. So the backyard, no trees were salvageable. We lost all of them. And there was just too much for them to get that one day with the front yard. So they came and did the backyard, and we'll finish that today. Here's the house. Front yard pretty much looks the same, just a bunch of dirt. You can see. We could finally fit a car in the garage now, so that's nice. I was able to park in the garage, which I like. I like having my car in there. Some of the stuff from the Florida room we've cleared out. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Lots of new developments, even on the inside. My car's really dirty. The garage pretty much looks the same. We still got the holes up there. So we did hear about the inside of the house, which I'll go inside in a minute. The inside, we had an insurance adjuster come out and check out the inside of the house. And basically we have a lot of low ceilings and water spots have now appeared, stains have now appeared, which weren't there for the first couple of days after the storm. So they've kind of appeared since then, and you can kind of tell too the garage door is kind of messed up. So we're actually getting a lot of stuff replaced in our house. We're getting almost every room, almost every ceiling was affected. So basically all the ceilings are gonna be redone, maybe even the carpet. I know this door for sure into the house from the garage, and then this door leading outside are gonna be redone. So there's gonna be some ceiling, some roof, some doors. I think we're also getting possibly new kitchen counters and cabinets and dishwasher, and then maybe even the carpet. I know the carpet, especially in the Florida room, Katie and Dad removed that the other day. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Now we're gonna go outside. But so basically just a lot of stuff needs to be done still. It looked way worse. It kind of has been getting worse the longer or the more we've been able to find out from people. That our house isn't, let me get this door open, isn't as good as we thought it was. It seems like the inside is a lot worse than we expected. So I'm just gonna go through the house because I can't get to the outside. So I'm gonna go through the house. Not really a whole lot you can really see inside, except for once we get to the Florida room, you can really tell. So this is the Florida room. Look away, kitty. You can see, we used to have a carpet, and now the carpet's totally gone. So Katie and Dad removed that the other day, cleaned out most of the furniture, which you saw in the garage. Mom's chair did not make it, so we had to throw that out. You'll see that outside in a second in a little pile. So it's just the floor. This is actually the concrete ground. The people who lived here before us, they had this added on. And you can see back here during the storm where the back wall actually separated from the concrete. So they added on this room, which was really, really nice. But Katie and Dad did have to remove the carpet. It was all wet. We figured out that it had flooded here. So that's kind of something we found out a little bit later, that it did flood. So this is really weird that there's no carpet in here. And ever since we've lived here, which has been, I think, about 20 years, since Logan was a baby, we've had carpet. So it's very weird to not see carpet in here. All right, outside. Also, the deck used to also be covered. Now it's just back to the wooden deck, which I remember when it was like this. I remember seeing it like that. But we've had the carpet on it so long that I kind of forgot what it looked like. So this is back to the wooden deck. You can see some of the furniture we have out here. Here's the backyard, which they cleared out a lot of it actually. Ooh, it's like weird. You can actually see like the neighbors are right there. Looks like their fence. I can't even really tell where our yard ends, to be honest, because the fence is totally gone. The pool's still here. Here's mom's chair like I was talking about. I actually like that chair, so that kind of makes me sad. All the carpet they pulled up. Wow, you can see the shed now. You weren't able to see that before. So this is the backyard, totally open, very open. There used to be a walkway from the end of the deck to the pool. That's totally gone now. So the whole backyard is completely empty. These bushes survived, and that looks like about it. So this tree's gone, the fences are gone, and no other tree. Look, this even broke the concrete. It's kind of crazy. The pool, I think I showed you guys the pool before. But the backyard's totally empty. You can kind of tell now how bad the house, the back room looks. There's like a crack on the bottom of it. See if I can zoom in. You can see that crack right there. That's basically the back wall split. So the whole Florida room, possibly the whole Florida room will have to be replaced, but definitely this back wall right here is gonna have to be taken down. Here's the backyard, it's just open. Like there's the neighbors. I'm not really sure where our yard ends. There's those neighbors. It's still really eerie, I guess, to see the stars at night. That's not something, it's really pretty, but it's not something we're used to seeing. So it's very strange. So I guess I'll give you guys an update about the town as well while we're still looking at the backyard. So the cities are doing a lot better. Lots of recovery underway, lots of donations, people helping, Churches of Christ Disaster Relief, giving out a lot of food. A lot of places are helping us out, which is really nice. Traffic on the bridge, Hathaway Bridge, is super bad. I guess it's for a good reason though, because that means all the workers who are staying out on the west end of the beach are coming into town to fix. Power has been almost fully restored. I don't know the last time if I told you guys if we had power yet, but we do have power. Thankfully, we were only out of power for 10 days, which I say only. It was actually really awful and it was terrible, but it could have been worse. So the first number we had heard before was 2 to 3 months. So 10 days is way better than 2 or 3 months. So thankfully it wasn't as bad as they thought it would be. Gulf Power did a really good job getting power back on. There are still a lot of places without power. For the most part, Lynn Haven, Panama City are really good. There's still parts in Jackson County that don't have power yet. I think because of it's a rural area, it's harder to get those people out there. So they still don't have power, but we do. Thankfully, it's really nice. Our water's good. We still kind of gotta be careful. We did have a transformer blow up in our neighborhood a couple days ago that I wasn't here for it, or actually I was sleeping, but my family said that the power went out for about an hour, so they were kind of really sad about that because it was almost like a tease. But thankfully we do have power. It's very nice. You don't really realize how much you like it or need it or rely on it till you don't have it, and it makes things way harder. Brushing your teeth, turning a light on, all those simple things. Fans, we have those back now, so it's definitely been a blessing to have that back. Lots of work on the house. Dad is only gonna be here till the weekend. We're gonna take him down to Central Florida Bible Camp while me and Katie go to the game. So he's only gonna be here a few more days. So him and Katie have done a lot of cleaning out, thankfully. Getting all the stuff disinfected, all the rooms, stuff, throwing out things that were ruined. Again, the inside is gonna take a lot longer. So I'll try to do updates every once in a while, just to give you guys a look at the inside of the house. That's gonna be its own big project. So right now, the outside, pretty bad. Inside, especially inside the walls, stuff we can't see seems to be really bad. So it's just gonna take a long time, months probably, for all that to get fixed. But surprisingly, we were one of the lucky ones. So definitely could have been worse. We're trying to have good attitudes about it. It's just so hard explaining it to people because people who don't see it don't really understand, and it's not their fault, but it's just very hard to explain what it looks like, what it feels like when you haven't seen it yourself or gone through it yourself. Thankfully, the cities, for the most part, more businesses are opening, which is good. A lot of people lost their businesses. A lot of businesses we've been finding out are not going to reopen like ever. So that's kind of sad to hear about all these restaurants we grew up going to all the time, and they're not going to reopen because they were damaged too much. They can't afford to rebuild. So it's kind of sad, very sad to see the town's definitely going to be different forever. So, backyard again. So 3 weeks, it's been 3 weeks, hard to believe. I was actually watching videos today looking back at our coverage the morning of. This was hours before it happened, and it was very weird looking back and watching. First of all, I don't really remember all that much before the storm. So I was like, wow, I didn't even remember doing this because so much has happened since then. And two, it's just weird to like look back and see ourselves and be like, wow, we didn't even know it then that this is what was gonna happen. So it's very crazy. We knew it was coming, we just didn't really know how bad it would be. And now we do know that, so makes it sad. But it's not as easy as rebuilding, unfortunately. But we're gonna do our best to try to fix everything up that we can. Thankfully, we've gotten some help from neighbors, from family, from insurance, donations from people, which has been really nice. We're just trying to keep a good attitude and know that we're okay. Physically anyway, we're still kind of dealing emotionally, mentally, spiritually. But each day, it does get a little bit better. I know I say that every time, but it does. Each day, we're already better than we were the day before. So it's just gonna take us coming together, taking it day by day. All right, so I hope to do another one soon, depending on what new developments or new information I have to share. But I think that's gonna be it for me today. Happy Halloween. Today is Monday, November 12th. So it's been a little over a month since Hurricane Michael hit. It hit on October 10th. So it's been a little over a month. So I decided to do another update because we have some developments. First of all, you might notice the pile on this side is smaller. So we were gone over the weekend, but we think, obviously it looks like some of it was picked up. You can kind of tell from this pile as well is a lot smaller. This one was way bigger last time I saw it. So this one downsized a lot. A lot of the neighbors' piles and stuff have gotten smaller, so that's good. Our area, our neighborhood at least, was finally had some pickup crews come, so that's good because we definitely have a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure ours is the biggest pile I've seen all over town, so I'm not really surprised. And you can tell all this stuff is kind of in a different position than it was before. So that's good. Our pile's getting picked up. No really new developments on the house necessarily. We did have another adjuster come out and tell us some more stuff about the house, so it's just gonna really all have to be replaced. We did go through the attic. Dad and Katie have went through, before Dad left, all the rooms, cleaned out everything, made sure everything was wiped down and clean and sanitized. So the attic was kind of bad. There were a lot of boxes. Of all the boxes, most of the boxes were ruined that had clothes in them. We went through a scrapbook box the other night. That was kind of sad to go through it and see all papers and stuff from when we were in school that was wet. I was able to salvage some of it, some of my medals and stuff I was able to salvage, so that was good. Ribbons, just stuff from elementary school from all three of us, so that was good. But it was kind of sad going through it and having to throw away some things, and that smell, that musty smell, it's crazy. We were actually driving around town the other day, Katie and I mean, you can just smell like the mold and the mustiness and the wet in the air. It's all over town. It has that awful smell, and it's crazy. I mean, we didn't even have the windows rolled down and we could smell it. So on this side, the pile doesn't look much different, but of course, like I showed you at the front, they've made a dent in it, so that's good, and some improvements. Yeah, so for the house, we're just kind of waiting on them to come and start fixing it. So we're hoping anytime. The holidays are coming up, so it's kind of sad because we can't really decorate because we'd have to take it down probably almost immediately once they come to do work on the house. All the ceilings are gonna have to be redone. Most of the ceilings either had water spots or were hanging low. So all the ceilings, the roof's gonna have to be redone. The whole floor room, the whole back Florida room is gonna have to be redone. These are some of the boxes from the attic that we had to throw away. Some of our decorations were ruined too. A lot of Christmas decorations, some books and stuff. I think some of those are Katie's. That looks like one of our Halloween decorations. Our Christmas decorations as well. So just things, I mean, they're replaceable, but it's just kind of sad because we've just had them for so long. So that's kind of sad to see our things that weren't able to be saved. Nothing much different in the garage. It's about the same. Well, that will be fixed eventually. It's overcast today, so that's why it looks kind of dark. I can't open this door, so I've tried and I can't do it. But I'll show you the outside. I think the last time I did one, the outside, the pool was still there, but now it's completely gone. So everything from the backyard's totally gone. There's the neighbors' yards. Shiloh actually got out a few times last week. We had to go chase him around the neighborhood. So he's had to be leashed up every time he goes to the bathroom now. But it's just open yard. No fencing. Of course, all the fencing's ruined. So it looks like a cat over there. I don't know if you can see the cat in the video, but there's a cat and squirrel over there playing, so that's fun. Yep, it's kind of crazy still. Still hard to believe. Going out of town, then coming back in, you kind of almost forget, and then you remember what it looked like when you're walking around. I don't know if you can see those roofers over there, our neighbors. That's a typical scene here. Blue roofs. Workers on the roof, hearing chainsaws still, police sirens. Today is Veterans Day, so it's kind of nice because the traffic wasn't as bad. That was good. I actually got home in 20 minutes, which is the fastest I've gotten home since before the hurricane hit. But yeah, things are doing good. Progressing slowly. The church stopped its distribution. Most of the FEMA pod sites and the comfort stations, for the most part, those have stopped. I think most people, I feel like in our town, have the basic necessities now. Not necessarily houses. We do have a lot of people living in tents. We've done a few stories about people living in tents. We call them tent cities, tent communities, and they're literally all over. Some people don't even have tents. Some people are using tarps to make tents. So it's going to be kind of sad, especially because we have a lot of rain coming this week. Good news is cold, but again, bad news for those living in the American flag. It's a little messed up. There we go. Kind of bad news though for those living in the tents because it's going to get very chilly. We still have a shelter open at one of the schools, but most of the other schools are opening back up. Most of them are open, and the rest of them are opening up this week. So things are kind of getting back to normal. The hospital's reopened, at least Gulf Coast has. Bay Med's still kind of pretty bad, so that who knows when that one's going to be reopened. But you literally like see debris everywhere. Driving down Jinx Avenue, I wish I could show you, but driving down Jinx is just nothing but debris all along. I mean, where the woods are, like on the side of the road, it's just debris everywhere because there's just so much, and there's so much to pick up that, I mean, that's why we barely have a dent in ours. It's probably going to be a while because there's just so much to pick up. They do have an estimated time to, all the debris is supposed to be picked up, they're saying, by the holidays, which are coming up soon. So I don't know if that will happen, but we're on a long recovery road. It's going to take a long time. A lot of people at University City Church of Christ were asking me how things were, and we're doing okay, physically at least. For us, our family, it definitely could have been worse, but it's still pretty bad. We're trying to stay positive, just waiting really for the house to get redone. Dad went back home, and then he's gonna kind of try to come up every now and then to look at improvements. Obviously, we can't live in the house while they're working on it, so we're gonna have to have some temporary housing, probably a hotel more than likely. They'll put us up in a hotel. I might try to stay with my friend Jordan from work. That kind of sounds funner, staying in an apartment than a hotel. But yeah, so kind of sad. Holidays are coming up, should be a happy time, but really we're all still thinking about this. We don't really know what it's going to be like this year. It's definitely going to be different. I don't think our holiday this year will be normal. There are still a few events happening around town, but it's just kind of a different feel to it. You can see the neighbors is really empty. Like, they've emptied a lot of theirs, which is good. So yep, it's been over a month. It's hard to believe. We still talk about it, of course. I think this is something like they talk about, I guess in down south, how they talk about Andrew, or in our area, a lot of people talk about Opal, and we all think it's just gonna be one of those things that we're gonna remember probably the rest of our lives, always talk about, tell people about where we were, what we were doing, what it looked like, the hard work that had to be done. And our area is just gonna take a long time to recover. But it's okay. We're trying to stay positive. The Lord saved us, and the Lord is with us always, so we're just trying to stay hopeful.
Before the love in my town can turn it around, just to know, because we're 850 strong. Because we're 850 strong.